Emily.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is the Box Book Society,
a program where we give away book boxes every month. And the box will contain all kinds of goodies, including a book that is yours to keep.
And the genre changes every month. We really wanted to make an effort to focus on diverse authors and award winners and own voices stories. So come join us every month.
On the first of the month, we'll share a video that introduces that month's theme. And then we'll meet via Zoom on the last Monday of the month to talk about the books that we read, or any books you want to talk about.
And even if you didn't get around to reading that book that month, come to the meeting anyway. We would love to hear your thoughts on other books.
So we hope to see you at the next meeting of the Box Book Society.
Hi everyone, welcome to the February meeting of the Box Book Society. My name is Emily. If you guys were not a part of the first Box Book Society, how this works is that I will put out a recommendation video on the first of every month that we have a Box Book Society meeting scheduled. And then on the last Monday of every month, we will have a Zoom meeting at 5 p.m. where we talk about that month's book, as well as other books we read that month, and just books within that genre or books in general. Literally any book that you want to talk about, we can talk about. Keep in mind that if you do not get around to reading the book from that month, you should still come to the meeting. We still want your input. Just remember that we're only talking about that month's book for a small portion of the meeting, so we really do want you in the meeting at the end of the month. This month's meeting is on Monday, February 22nd at 5 p.m. If you have signed up for the Box Book Society, you will be getting a Zoom link that will let you log into the meeting. For February, we wanted to focus on Black History Month, or more specifically, Black voices within teen literature. Our February book of the month is Dear Martin by Nic Stone. This book follows Justice, who is a senior in high school. He is on his way to an Ivy League college. When his peers and even his teachers start stereotyping him, he turns to the teachings of Martin Luther King Jr., and he even starts writing letters to him. Justice and his friend end up running into an incident of police brutality, which leaves Justice in the media spotlight. With that, he has to struggle through stereotypes and racism within America. This book is critically acclaimed and award-winning, and it's blurbed by a ton of best-selling authors. Nic Stone also has a few other books. Some of them are comedies, and some of them are more hard-hitting, like this one. Dear Martin has a sequel. It just came out. It's titled Dear Justice. I am super excited to read this one with you guys, and I really am interested to know how you guys feel. The next read I have to share with you guys today was super intriguing to me whenever I first found it. Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. This one has a unique narrative style in that the book takes place over only a matter of seconds. The main character, Will, is out for revenge for his brother's death. He has vowed to hunt down and kill the man that killed his brother. But when he gets on the elevator in his apartment building to descend and go out into the world, the elevator stops on every floor and admits a ghost from his brother's past that leads Will to remember certain things and make him question whether or not that simple act of revenge is so simple in the first place. This book talks about gang violence, gun violence. All of Jason Reynolds' books are excellent. They're critically acclaimed, and they're all best-selling. I would highly recommend that if you enjoy Dear Martin, that you pick up a Jason Reynolds novel. The next book I have to show you is pretty popular. It's been popular for a few years, but it just had a prequel come out, so I want to kind of bring it back. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. So in this book, Star lives in a lower income Black neighborhood, but she goes to an almost all-white private school. So she has to deal with going back and forth between these two separate identities that she has within her. When she witnesses one of her childhood best friends killed in an incident of police brutality, she has to face not only the media, but her peers at the private school, who may not be as accepting of her as she originally thought. This story blatantly highlights the need for change, the need for protest, the need for all of the actions that have taken place in the past year to try and to change the racist narrative in the United States. The Hate U Give also has a movie adaptation that came out a few years ago. I would recommend this one if you read Dear Martin and you like it but are interested in a female perspective. The next book that I have to show you is called If You Come Softly by Jacqueline Woodson. Now, Jacqueline Woodson is an older teen author. This book is actually from the 90s, but she is a really great writer. She's a really great storyteller. She writes in prose poetry, so they're quicker reads. They're really short, but they're very moving. If You Come Softly is a story about a black teen named Jeremiah who lives in Brooklyn but goes to a almost just like Star, an all-white private school in Manhattan, and he ends up falling in love with a Jewish girl at that private school, and the story is about interracial relationships and the backlash from that. It's a super quick read. There is a sequel to that one as well. Jacqueline Woodson also writes some sports narratives, and she writes, honestly, from every kind of contemporary angle, so I would highly, highly recommend her. She also has some historical fiction out. She writes in middle grade, she writes in teen, writes in adult, so definitely check her out. She's worth a try. The last book I have to show you is one that I'm actually reading right now, and I'm super excited about it. It's called Pride by E.B. Zaboy, and this is a modern retelling of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So this has to do with a main character named Zuri who lives in Brooklyn, and she is very proud of her Afro-Latina roots, but she has to watch her neighborhood being gentrified right in front of her eyes. And so it's also about that and her four sisters, and it's kind of a coming-of-age story as well as a romance. And at first, Zuri wants nothing to do with Darius, who is one of the sons from the Darcy family that moves in across the street. But she kind of has no choice when her sister ends up becoming attached to Darius's brother. This one is definitely for you guys who are interested in more classic retellings, or if you're interested in romance or Jane Austen just in general. This one is more up your alley, and I am having a ton of fun with it so far. Well, that is all that I have for you guys today. I am so looking forward to discussing Dear Martin with you at the end of the month. I hope you guys have an amazing February. I hope you guys liked this video, and I wish you happy reading. See you next time.